My name is Marlon Williams. I'm the Assistant Director of Public Sector at Living Cities. This began as a question, a conversation about whether urban planning needed more diversity. But soon I realized that that wasn't really the right frame. If all the research and the TED Talks declaring the power of diverse teams to create better processes, better outcomes, and greater impact have not convinced you by now, then I don't think that my words will be the defining piece for this conversation. But, for the record, yes, I do believe that if planning is about how we all live together, then it must by definition be a stronger, better, more effective thing if it includes all of us. We know, however, that planning has not and does not capture the rainbow. It is more like a picket fence, whitewashed and reminiscent of the redlining that created gated communities while destroying too many communities of all color. So the question is not really whether diversity has value for our profession, because hashtag yes it does, but rather, who are we as a profession to still have to ask such a question? Who are we? I began my career as a planner studying in Cape Town, South Africa. It is a city shaped by urban planners who took a doctrine of the separation of races and turned it into the bricks and mortar of a city map. I remember standing on the floor of my white host family's house, looking across just 3 miles or so to the township of my black host family. I learned, sadly, that it would take me 2 hours to go from one place to another, via taxi, then buses and trains, because urban planners had worked tirelessly to keep these two families worlds apart. Who are we? Are those planners included in our history? As urban planners, are we revolutionaries? Or are we the very reason there needs to be a revolution? Who are we? Well, I can tell you about me, who I am and who I no longer want to be. You see, in my history, I stood in halls of power talking about statistics and design guidelines as a planner who didn't speak to the race, face, and humanity of people. I was so fearful of losing my own uncertain seat at the table that back then the only color I allowed myself showed up on my socks, hidden behind a sensible suit, theoretical frameworks, and quantified communities. But that is not the who I wanted to be. I did not want a seat at the table, but no voice. To have position I did not leverage to lift up others. To be a doesn't he speak eloquently, while my color, race, and history were lacking from my identity. That was not the who I wanted to be. So then, who am I? There is nothing more official than taxes, and on my tax return I declared that I am an urban planner. I work at the intersection of urban planning, public health, and economic opportunity. I work to undo the disparities in health and economic opportunity that are caused by a racialized environment and urban geography. We have built cities where racism and all the other isms can kill you. Really, they do so by design, and we now have the experience and data to prove it. Despite, or perhaps because of our history, I believe that planners must be part of the answer towards building a more equitable urban future. Because I count myself as a planner, I feel the need to ask the question, who are we? I'm aware that planning is not the plan for people who look like me or who have been where I've been. Planning was not a thing I knew about, but rather something I stumbled upon. This has been repeated by many planners of color that I know, and this, of course, is not by accident. I fear, rather, that it is part of the design. I believe, however, that if we can see all people as planners, we can move towards greater equity and actively expand the ranks and impact of our profession. Voices more diverse in every respect will make stronger the conversation of how we, together, can build healthier, stronger, and more vibrant communities. But who are we? I once heard a colleague say that they were tired of explaining the planning to people with no training. Are we a degree? A club of the initiated versus the other? Are these people just part of the community that we engage, consult, inform, maybe just placate? Or can they be seen as part of us, the network of people dedicated to figuring out how do we live together in community? My brother, he does not have a planning degree, but I would pick him first to redesign the bus system in Queens. This is because he has the expertise of a lived experience that no tuition could ever buy. Is he included in our community? Who are we? We count Jane Jacobs as one of our luminaries, a fighter who stopped the machinery of Robert Moses' bulldozers and highways in the West Village. But what if Jane was Juanita, a Puerto Rican activist in the South Bronx, fighting a highway that would ultimately tear her community apart? Would we include her and others like her in our ranks? Is there space in the we for those fighters who did not have the right papers, or clout, or color to save their neighborhoods? Would we hold a walk for her, see Juanita as an oracle, and trace the trails of her vision of marginalized people constantly being pushed out and pushed out to make way for progress? If she were better represented within our community, would we continue to do planning that is primarily by and for people who don't live there, or rather, people who don't live there yet? Who are we? What would it look like to include community organizers in our organizations, to give primacy, position, and power to all who share a passion and a vision for the promise of cities as places of opportunity for all? Who are we? Who could we be? The answer, of course, is that we have been and could be all of these things, but the path forward lies not only in not doing, but also in actively undoing much of what has come before. We can be a profession that repurposes our power, asking some to step back so that there is space and authority for new voices and faces to step into focus. Who are we? That is our question and also our charge. Who have we been? Who are we now? Who do we want to be? And how do we design a path towards a more inclusive and equitable future? Thank you.